Well, to your first question, I think there is a lot of stuff going on which is inspiring me all over the world, like pretty much everywhere. But I'd say the background is a lot of video games and also a lot of watching TV. Um, I'd say I consumed such a large amount of visual influence that now it's really easy for me to produce visual content. Um, and just purchasing the stuff from the visual library I gathered during my youth. Because, since I was drawing since I was a little child, I really got to see a lot of influence, which I kind of didn't remember, but kind of stayed in my head, and which is subconscious in a way, so I can just kind of use the influence for my own. Of course, skateboarding plays a huge role as well. So yeah, as I said, skateboarding is a really great influence on me and a great inspiration. I've been skateboarding since I was 14. I'm 25 now, so it's been a while, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere and the universe, which it gathers such diverse amount of people. Like I got friends who are fresh out of jail, and at the same time I got friends who are working on the doctor's degree. So it's really interesting to observe this kind of melting pot, which which is connected through the subculture, and I'm really in love with it. And everything connected to it just seems so creative and fresh because graphics is a necessary part of skateboarding. Every T-shirt needs a graphic, every board needs a graphic. So illustration is a constant part of my growing up, just through skateboarding and of course reading comics and such. So Freaky Murder came about when I met my friend Philip Neugebauer, who is one of the nicest persons and one of the greatest skateboarders I know. He's like a really talented guy, about 20 years old right now. And yes, just a very nice, really cool, positive guy from south of Germany who is like always pushing it really hard, always skating to the max, like just enjoying life. Such a positive attitude always, and he kind of just came up with a name for himself and called himself that way on Instagram. So you can look him up actually. So his Instagram is Freaky Murder, and he used to yell it out while skating, just wilding out and doing crazy tricks and just like Freaky Murder, just joking around with it. One day he got hurt. We've been to Copenhagen for skateboarding, and one day he got hurt, so he couldn't skate, and I was hurt as well. So we were just chilling on the bench, and he gave me his board to draw, to write Freaky Murder on his skateboard. And this was the first time when we got a visualization for Freaky Murder. Like we just wrote it on the grip tape, and it looked amazing. So I just asked him if he would be fine if I did like a comic universe with it, or like just if I produce any shirts with it, and he was down. So yeah, that's pretty much how it came about. With the tattoos, like pretty much everyone who ever seen me draw was like, dude, you got to start tattooing. And I kind of see why, since I just was drawing lots of black and white stuff, which is really relatable to tattoo artists and tattoo art in general. So, yeah, I was always keen to kind of start and figure it out, but I also was kind of scared since it's I had such a huge respect, and I still have such a huge respect for the craft, since I'm the last person who would like ever hurt anyone, but at the same time, like, you need to hurt the skin, and you make a person bleed in order to create art, which is. For me, it was a huge step to be able to handle it, and I realized that it's really about the art, and that the persons who are willing to take the pain mostly just enjoy the results afterwards that much. They always are so satisfied and so happy, and this happiness is just reflecting on me, and it's good vibes overall. So I really just don't pay attention to the kind of violent act that much anymore, and just see it as a way to put my drawings to a next level. So yeah, I met a friend in Berlin who has been tattooing for 10 years now, who kind of became my teacher. His name is Kevin. I Um, like his Instagram name is Kevin Shred, and he's doing beautiful old school style tattoos. And he's also tattooing at home. He has no studio, but he's super professional and super clean and does like really beautiful work. So he kind of introduced me to it, and I'm really glad to have a teacher like him, because if I had a teacher who wouldn't be that serious about it, I might not reach as beautiful results as I do now. And I'm really happy with the start of it, because so many people responded to me and so many people wanted to get a tattoo. Also, of course, the financial aspect of it is not to be forgotten, since I'm trying to pay my own rent and I'm living with my girl and I'm trying to be like a man on my own and earn my own money. And of course, with art, I've been selling art for years now. It's difficult to sell a piece of paper for £300, and you got to explain why this piece of paper costs that much. And then you go, "Yeah, I'm an artist. I do this for a living. This is my profession." And with tattoos, just just the selling process is happening inside the heads of the customers. So since a customer is willing to get a tattoo, the price doesn't really mean that much anymore, and people are just paying the price gladly, since they know they got it on their skin for forever, for life. And also, I had friends of mine who were like really appreciating my art and going to my shows and stuff, and they were like, "Dude, we really like what you do and we'd really love to support you, but we just don't got like £500 to have you paint on our walls at home. Or if I change the flat, then the painting in my flat will just stay there." So I lost the money basically, and they could not afford that. But they told me, if you want, if you ever begin tattooing, then we are going to let you know. And all these people who were talking that way, almost all of them did exactly this. They just called me up, they wrote me, and they bought a tattoo. So this is why it's starting so well, since every one of my friends is supporting me, and now also the friends of my friends are supporting me, and it's just like a huge community. This is why I'm also calling it a cult. It's of course not in a religious way. It's just pretty much a joke, but at the same time, it's kind of a community thing. So I really love the movement it became.